Hello everyone, I'm Jupiter Mpere, Palm 3, and I'm going to talk about the differences between delegation, devolution, and deconcentration. I'm going to start with decentralization, and I'm going to talk about it briefly, and then I'll talk about the differences between delegation, devolution, and deconcentration. So decentralization is a transfer of control of an organization to several local offices or authorities rather than one single one. In a decentralized organization, lower levels in the organization hierarchy can make decisions. The transfer of authority and responsibility for the public functions from the central government to subordinate independent government organizations or the private sector. This is where the national government makes general policies, and the local governments can also create specific actions to respond to the local issues, and they can also contribute to developing national policies. Decentralization can also be a generic term for the dispersal of government authority and the power, and it can also power away from the national center to the other institutions, and this can be at the levels of government or let me say any other levels of the administration. Decentralization briefly. And decentralization can also mean to allow the participation. Decentralization also means allowing the participation of people and the local governments, and it is transferring the power from the federal to regional level, or from delivering management functions to other authorities. Decentralization has very many purposes, but I'm going to talk about the main ones briefly. I'm just going to list a few for us to understand. And I think decentralization is mainly for flexibility and efficiency. Decentralization is also made for innovation, and it can also be for greater commitment and ownership. If all power and all resources are concentrated on the national level, people hardly have access to public services and are not heard by the government. Especially in Uganda, opportunities can be limited, services are unequal. Even rural and urban areas, people have limited access to public services like water, education, wealth, and lack public transport. And then about waste disposal and administrative services to provide services and engage citizens in local development. The state also needs to establish participatory democratic mechanisms, and this will involve subsidiarity, and subsidiarity is the key. The aim is needs can be addressed and met where they are. I'm going to talk about deconcentration, whereby this is the process by which the agents of central government control all relocated and geographically dispersed. It is also the transfer of lower level central government authorities or other local authorities who are upwardly accountable, especially to the central government, for example, like in Kampala. And this also involves the transfer of administrative responsibility, which is for specified functions to maybe to the lower levels within the central government bureaucracy. And it also refers to a transfer to lower level central government authorities. The lower level government authorities, this is at local government, the LCs. This is a transfer of natural resources management to local individuals and institutions located within and outside the government. It is the transfer of rights and assets from the center to to local governments or communities. It is also known as the transfer of delegation of power to a lower level, especially by central government to local or regional administration. One form of administrative decentralization which transfers specific decision-making powers, for example, from one level of government to another, which could be from the lower level to the higher level of government. And mainly this is in case of federations or government transfers decisions, or government transfers decisions making powers to entities of the civil society. Delegation is a transfer of managerial responsibility for specified functions to other public organizations outside normal central government control, whether local government. Delegation is more of an action or process of giving someone authority or responsibility, giving others the authority to act on behalf of, accompanied with responsibility and accountability for the results. That is delegation. One form of administrative decentralization which transfers responsibilities and authority to the semi-autonomous entities that respond to the central government but are not totally controlled by it. In conclusion, delegation can also be a body of delegates or representatives, hence involving giving someone authority. I hope we've all understood the differences. Thank you.